If we look at the charger now, I was charging at 4 amps for a 6-volt battery. And the first stage is it just puts in a constant 4 amps and tries to bring the voltage up to this 7.35 volts. After it's been there for a long enough period of time, it then switches into constant voltage mode where it holds the voltage constant here and the current starts ramping down, so it's putting in less and less until it gets down to 0. So this battery is not yet fully charged, but now that it's entered this constant voltage mode, the battery's got enough charge on it that I feel like I can move on to the next battery and start charging that one. I'm really just trying to get these batteries charged up enough that I can actually see if the cart's going to go. It does no good to have fully charged batteries if the cart's not going to go anywhere. So I'm going to move on to the next battery. This is the final battery I need to charge. If we look in this cell, I don't know if you can see it too well on camera, but this cell, the top of the plates are dry. I'm not sure how dry this cell is. It could be really dry, so I'm going to put some of that distilled water in there and see if I can get the water above the top of the plates. If we look in here, we can see now that I've covered the top of the plates just a 1/4 inch with some water. I'm now ready to charge this green battery. We'll see I have the negative lead hooked up to the negative terminal, but the positive terminal here has a whole bunch of that corrosive acid on it. So instead, I've hooked the positive lead up on this end on this other battery here. Now, that's not going to be a problem. The circuit is only going to go through this one battery, so even though we've got the lead on this other battery here, nothing is going to be flowing through this battery. It's basically just going to charge this one battery in isolation. The question now is, does that battery have enough charge in it to make the charger happy? So we'll pick the lead acid profile. We'll start it off at, oops, this interface is, there we go. So select that. Now I can change my charge current, turn it down to something low just because I want to start low in case the battery is in a funky state. All right, 6 volts. Let's give it a shot. Battery check. 5.6 volts, 5.9, jump it up there above 6. Okay, that battery looks like it was probably in decent shape. I have finished wiping down the hull with the denatured alcohol, as well as doing more spot sanding. The reason to wipe it down with the denatured alcohol is to make sure I get all of not just the dust off, but also all of the grease, which can interfere with the epoxy curing. So the next step is going to be to mix up some epoxy with a nice fairing compound and try to fill in a bunch of these holes and even things out. I've got some very sad looking plants here that need to go in the ground, but I'm out of space in my garden. Fortunately, it's really easy to just make it a little bigger.